Hello. It's been a long time since we were last in church, and very soon it may be possible for individuals to come into church for private prayer. Doesn't really sound like a spectacular change, and in fact it will mean that a lot of what we're doing, the overwhelming majority of what we're doing, will be online. And it'll probably stay online for some time. Even if we go back into services, for example, we won't be able to sing. Because singing means that you have to social distance yourself further away from other people. We will be watching, with us, we, the clergy team here at Holy Trinity Redditch, will be watching to see what we can and cannot do and when we can do it. We have to bear in mind that it's not just about being able to meet, it's where and what precautions we must take against infection. All of this is gradually going to be rolled out by the Church of England, and we will let you know when we know, and we've looked at how we're going to apply ourselves. Now, the question that I've been asking in different ways over and over again is, what are we going to do as we begin to move out of lockdown? And all those choices that we get to make. It may well be that a lot of things will come into focus as we get through to the beginning of the new school year in September. And we're hoping and praying that by that time we'll have some sort of equilibrium. We'll be able to do things in a new way, but one which has a more obvious linking with the way things were before the lockdown. I'm hoping it might be possible even to do something like the Tardy Big show in some form or other, but again it will depend upon what restrictions there are. Being outside, of course, will help. We were blessed with amazing weather last year. Might be pushing it to expect it to be quite that good again, but we have to wait and see. But I know that a lot of people helped out with that last year, and I hope that you'll be available to do so again. If the opportunity arises, it will be on the second Saturday in September. But I do hope that we're very much engaging with what's going on online. There's different things going on. It's not just about Sunday services or even just little messages like this. There's lots of wonderful stuff out there. We are running courses. We'll be giving you more news about that. And I really would like people to ask themselves whether they are prepared to give God more time and to take greater steps towards Him. I'm aware that for some of us we have a notional idea of a faith, but it's not really very well formed. Biblical knowledge may well be very scanty indeed, so knowing what is and what is not Christian might actually be a bit of a challenge. So we have to ask ourselves, what opportunities am I giving myself to find out more about God? Because the primary way we find out about God is actually through the Bible. If we don't know our Bible and we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to know the Bible, we're not likely to know that much about God. Now, I've been recording a whole series of introductions to different New Testament letters. And this week, we get to Timothy. I'm not doing it because I like broadcasting stuff and uploading it, especially not when my upload speed here in the vicarage is normally somewhere between 1 and 1.5, but because I believe it's incredibly important. And you have to remember that I came to faith in 1978. I had to live this stuff out as a teenager, as a student, as a voluntary worker. I've had to live it out as a husband, as a father, as a vicar, as a grandfather. I had to live it out in the red light district. I've had to live it out in southeast London suburbia. At the end of a commuter line in Manchester, I've had to live it out in the country. I've had to live it out in the city. I've had to live it out with the old. I've had to live it out with the young. Taken the funeral of cot deaths. I have rejoiced with people as they've reached significant birthdays, 80, 90, 100. I have taken memorial services for the relatives of people who've been murdered. I wept with those who wept, and I've rejoiced with those who've rejoiced. I've worked with many nationalities. I know that when you go for it as a Christian, and not just splash around the margins, it really works. And that's what I wanted to say today. We're not here because it's nice. We're not here because it's got some nice values, good standards. We're not here because it's a good foundation for little children. We're here because it works, because it's Jesus, because it's real. We may not be able to see God, but he's at least as real as I am. And he knows an awful lot more. But we have to give ourselves a greater chance to connect. Whatever you lack, I can help you with. If you need a Bible reading plan, I will give you one. If you want to be baptized or confirmed, email me. trhtredditch@gmail.com. If you're struggling to connect with services on a Sunday morning, remember that they're sitting online all week. If you can't find a service that we do that is helpful for you, we can point you to somewhere else which might be more helpful. There's nothing more important in the whole wide world than Jesus Christ. Now is the time to move forward in him. And I shall be thrilled if you want to know more.